Hey guys, Coach Adam coming to you today. We have the wonderful Miss Lauren Tate from Century 21 New Millennium.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So Century 21 New Millennium and Rare CrossFit have partnered, and we're on a mission to make Fredericksburg healthy and fit.
Yeah, love it.
And that has more to do with than just doing squats. It's way more than that.
It totally is way more than that.
So for you, Lauren, when did you start your health and fitness journey?
Oh gosh, well, probably after my daughter was born. I had the baby fat, and I got into running with one of my friends that I worked with, and she still is a marathon runner. And so she said, you should try to do some running. So that's what I did, and I started off with, I don't think I could even run down the block. And then she got me going, and I worked on that mile, and then I worked on all of a sudden 2 and then 3, and then for me it became more than running. It became just a mental break for myself to be with my thoughts. There's so much that I got out of just moving my body and running. It was more than that. So that's how I started.
Yeah, all the endorphins releasing and all that good stuff.
I was addicted.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love it. And I feel that same way. I got into that too, and it changed my life.
Yeah.
Actually, that's why we're sitting here at Rare. Running changed my life.
I know. I love it. I can see it. Yeah.
So you are with Century 21 New Millennium now.
Yes.
So how did you get into real estate?
Oh gosh. Well, it's a funny story. I had I never wanted to be a career gal. Had no interest in real estate whatsoever. Wanted to be a hairdresser. That's really where I started. I did. I wanted to be in the health or beauty industry, and or to be a professional singer. So that's kind of where I was.
Hairdressing and singing.
Yes, I was a singer as well. And then I was in my 20s, and my mom has always been on the corporate side of real estate.
Okay.
And I used to watch her at home, and said, yep, never going to do that. And when I started to have to pay rent, I really recognized in myself that I wanted something that gave me some stability. So I started working for what's known as today as Cardis Relocation. It's the world's largest relocation company.
Okay.
So I spent the bulk of my career working in a relocation company. The positions that I grew into, really horizontally, I was able to touch almost everything that had to do with real estate versus just being very siloed in maybe a department. So it gave me a lot of national exposure within the real estate community. So I really grew my network on a national basis, was able to visit a lot of them and work. So as I grew into my career, I kind of climbed the ladder and started to outgrow my position within the company.
Okay.
I went to the CEO at the time, Kevin Kelleher, and said, "Where do you see me?" And he said, "LT, I see you. I see you. Going out to a brokerage and just really," he says, "I think it would be really good for me." And I think the plan back then was to get the exposure on the brokerage side, and then maybe circle back into Realogy, which is a franchise owner of real estate companies like Century 21. So in my entire career, I've always been under the Realogy umbrella. So when Kevin and his peeps identified a company, which was a Coldwell Banker franchise.
Okay.
And I was living in Connecticut then, and they transferred me to Virginia Beach, Virginia, and I was the vice president of Coldwell Banker in Southern Virginia.
Okay.
So with the downturn of the market in about 2009, I had to really look beyond to say, okay, where can I use my talent? Although I hated leaving Virginia Beach, loved it there, still do. I had, the nice thing about working and working with these companies nationally, I was really able to have access to amazing talent and leadership. So made a phone call to Todd Hetherington, who is one of the owners of Century 21 New Millennium. along with Mary Lynn Stone. And I said, hey, I'm coming up to Northern Virginia, and I'd love the opportunity to have you interview me. And kind of the rest is history. And then he said,
Taking
great.
action.
Yes. And then he said, you're going to Fredericksburg. And I said, where's that? Where is that? And fell in love with the city of Fredericksburg. So here I am.
It is an amazing little city.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
I mean, I moved down here 30 years ago, and I told my mom, I said, Mom, why did you bring me here? It was from Northern Virginia, and I remember the mall out here. I'm like, this isn't a mall.
I know.
It's like a strip mall. What is this?
The shopping isn't the greatest.
Right.
It's
But
getting
you're
better.
right. But it has grown,
Yeah.
and it is. I love this town, and we've been here 30 years, and we've had our business for 10. But
Yeah.
love it.
I consider this an extremely hyper community-centric area. The people in Fredericksburg, the greater Fredericksburg community, are amazing. I've lived in several places, and I've just never felt such community like I do here in Fredericksburg.
Yeah. I feel the same. It is.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
it's pretty cool.
So you said something important, Lauren. You said when you're in Virginia Beach and moving up here, I love how you said you contacted them, said you need to interview me.
Yeah.
But you also said something important about talent and value.
Yes.
So you were with Coldwell Banker, but why have you been with Century 21 so long now, and why are you still with them?
I'm really with them because I've been really fortunate within my career to be aligned with stellar leadership. You can be with great companies, great franchises, but to be around with people who are constantly going to enrich your life, not just on a personal level, but a business level, on an intellectual level. The stellarship, the leadership within Century 21 New Millennium is stellar. I always consider it to kind of playing for the Yankees. Hear me out on this.
Yeah. Hey, it's all good.
Our leadership is so talented that I have to earn my spot on the roster every day. So I have to show up to play. And that means I can't be complacent in anything that I do.
Yep.
So when I'm in a bad mood, or I wake up on the wrong side of the bed or anything like that, I got to really mentally prepare to make sure that I'm bringing my A game every day. And there's something that's really healthy with that. It's so easy to be complacent if people aren't constantly challenging you, inspiring you, and growing you. And I constantly feel that within our organization.
That's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. And I think that's why we have such a great partnership and match, because we have this big vision of making Fredericksburg the fittest and healthiest city in America.
Yep.
And I remember when I approached you about that, you're like, what can we do to be a part of that?
Yes.
And I really appreciate that. And I know everybody else here at Rare does too.
Well, if you don't mind,
Sure. Feel free.
when I first came to Rare, actually was one of my realtors that said, hey, I'm doing this. It was Kelly. And she was doing the boot camp. And I said, I think I might want to try that. And I've always belonged to a gym. And I love it. However, I had these kind of preconceived notions that coming to your place here, that, I was going to be around a bunch of hard bodies and maybe somebody better than you. It's because, I'm still working on my fitness. But I want to be able to come to a place where I feel comfortable. And at that very first meeting, I knew something was different about Rare. That's Rare. And it did start with your leadership team. They were totally vested in knowing me, knowing what my personal goals were, my fitness goals were. And then it was the people that come here and cheering me on. And these are people that are all shapes and sizes.
Yep.
And let me tell you, there's something more inspiring to see somebody that maybe you have a little bit better, maybe you're in better fitness at that point in time, but they're killing it.
Yeah.
They're killing it, and they're motivating you because they're killing it. And that's what you need, is you want to feel like I have a place to go to. I have a team that's vested in me, and I've got people who are all in with me too. Because if I'm having a bad day and I'm not feeling as strong as I want to, but the person that's working out next to me is like, girl, you got this.
Yeah.
You got this. Come on, don't stop. That's the difference.
Yeah. Love it. Well, thanks for sharing that, Lauren.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I love it. I'm excited about it.
So for you, why is it, again, you're a go-getter, why is health and nutrition, why is it so important to you and taking care of yourself?
It is. I mean, you know that I suffered an illness back in 2012, kicked butt on my cancer. Had stage 3 cancer, and it really kicked my butt. No pun intended. But it did a couple things for me. It mentally, it mentally grew me, but it also mentally handicapped me.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Because I may have been strong in the sense of self that, hey, I was able to conquer something when maybe the doctors were counting me out. And but coming from somebody that was very fit to barely able to do anything, that took a mental toll on me because I'm very self-competitive. And
You're not.
but to know that my body just wasn't able to keep up, there is, again, that's your staff came in and really helped me with that. But where that really put myself in check is that knowing that, I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm not in my 30s anymore. That fitness is something that's extremely important to everyone. I don't care how old you get. You still need to be fresh. I still need to look good. I want to look good. I want to feel good, not for anybody else, but for me. And I want to feel strong. So for me, if I'm feeling strong, that means everything that I'm doing in my life is just going to follow suit. That means, if I'm looking good, I'm feeling confident, that's going to make all the difference in who I'm around, I'm surrounding myself with. Because if I'm not feeling confident, and I'm a real estate coach as well, how could I make and inspire somebody else that's feeling low?
Absolutely.
So it all is a blend. And that's why I love working with Rare, is that I'm a lot of times with my coaching, I'm focusing on the mind. It's the mind. Maybe it's a professional goal that they're going through, but I got to work on their confidence issues.
That's right.
Right?
Inject some confidence.
That's right.
Yeah.
I need to give them the B12 shot. And if that confidence is low, and maybe there's a self-image issue, whatever, okay? I love incorporating the exercise piece to it, and the fitness, and the health, the eating right, because that all weaves together.
Yeah.
So it's very important.
Absolutely. Hey, love that. Thanks for sharing. So how can Century 21, how are Rare, and how are we working together to build a fit community, Lauren?
Well, I love the fact that Rare and Century 21 New Millennium see value in each other. As I said, we are huge into our community. And, when it comes to real estate, being able to offer any person, any family that is moving into the area, and to give them exposure to this community, this unique community that we have here at Rare, I think that's a huge added benefit to our clients. When it comes to our agents and getting them fit and healthy, a place where they can feel safe, that's only going to help them be a better realtor. Hey, I always have a tagline: look great, feel great, sell lots of real estate.
I love that.
But it's true. When you're feeling good and everything's working together, it's a great thing. People want to be around people who are going to motivate and inspire. We do that here at New Millennium.
You do.
I know. I live and breathe that. That is who I am. And that's who we are. And to align ourselves with your vision, and it just, again, it's a nice blend. And it's a perfect mind, body, and soul partnership.
So Lauren, thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you.
We've been friends for a while, but we kind of just started this, and I look forward to, we've got a lot going on and planned for the new year, and
I'm excited.
Super excited. So thanks for coming on.
And thank you. And I'm excited to see what we're going to do together this year. So look for us.
That's right.
We'll be all throughout our community, making us look great, feel great.
Sell lots of real estate.
That's right.
That's right. So LT from Century 21 New Millennium, Coach Adam from Rare CrossFit. Hey, we'll see you guys soon, and look out for events in the beginning of the year that we're going to be doing here in Fredericksburg. Hey, we're on a mission to make Fredericksburg the healthiest and fittest city in America. Let us know what we can do to help you.
Yes, and we are vested in you.
That's right. See you guys.